were at this game.
Mhm.
The Rams end up beating the Minnesota Vikings. First off, what locker room did you go to?
The Rams, because they won. I
Oh,
only visit winners. You know, that's the way I work here, and
lame.
there's no curse here.
Sam Darnold obviously was not happy about the face mask.
Mm.
By the way, I love that story that came out. Oh, the Vikings have made inquiries about Matthew Stafford. That would have been that would be an interesting trade. And if I was Minnesota, I'd do it 10 times
That
over.
was a weird game. Like, you know, I know you're gonna
The
ask me
face
about it.
mask was nuts. Like, how
Yeah,
do
but
you like you had two referees watching and you supposedly missed it?
even before that, and I'm gonna get to that. Like, there was just a lot of weird mind games and smoke everywhere. You know how we talk about the smoke to wood in draft season? Like, I felt like somebody with with the Rams, leaked. Hey, people are calling us about Cooper Kupp, like to make the Vikings think they're gonna give up and wave the white flag when they weren't gonna do that. And maybe somebody from the Vikings counter and said, "We're looking around for Matthew Stafford," like to make it seem like the Vikings are causing drama. It was just a lot of weird reporting coming out of this game. Reporting they got wrong. That a lot of people got wrong because Sean McVay was pissed off, and then it ends with that face mask there. And it's tough for me to kind of have an analysis there because you always want to give the team one chance, but you're backed up with an 8-point deficit. Not much time left there. So, but I get Vikings fans being pissed off, and hey, I'm not gonna do the victory lap. But I got to see them in person, and
Me too.
they lost 2 games in a row, and I'm just saying a little nosedive
No.
here.
You don't get to talk about the Vikings. By the
Okay,
way,
fine. I'm not
the
doing it yet.
Gilberto curse happened. He picked the Vikings. By the way, Dan last night on What's Up Bolts, he went through all your picks for SI. Every week he likes to look at your picks for SI. And by the way, he pointed out you're not the one that has the best record when it comes to
Upsets.
It's Connor
I have
Orr.
I have the most though, and yes, he's kicking my ass in the department.
Yeah,
I'm not
exactly.
picking them right, and that's why I'm gonna bash Anthony Richardson in a bit. If I got the Colts and the Cardinals right, I would have been like, yeah, I think that's a good week for me for upsets. But yeah, I take too many chances, but this week was also a
No, but it's
reminder.
fun.
It's a reminder that a lot of people thought that the Browns are going to beat up on the Ravens, and it happens in the NFL. So yeah, even the curse couldn't save the New Orleans Saints there with the Chargers there, but yeah, that was a good start to the week. The Rams beating the Vikings for an upset there, but also it's like it's a tough turnaround. You lost to the Lions, you go on a short week to LA, but that NFC West, man, it's looking pretty nice there, Fernando. I don't know if you've seen the standings, but 3 teams tied up top. 4-4, the Cardinals, the Seahawks,
Well,
and
even
the
the
49ers.
Rams are tied. Like in
Or
losses,
half a
they're
game.
all
Yeah,
tied.
half a game
Yeah,
behind.
yeah.
So that was a big time victory. And then all the Cooper Kupp rumors to be put to bed there. This team, it's going to be more of a buyer than a seller. Maybe they'll trade for Davius White, but he's not doing anything. One thing, Fernando, I really want to see them get Bryce Young. Save Bryce Young, man. Just see if you can repair him to be a backup for Matthew Stafford.
By the way, I have a bone to pick with Tyler Dragon because
I saw him, by the way.
Oh, I did too. We were that I had that dude and Chris. So Chris Rim, Tyler, and I we were having such a good time yesterday. We forgot that there was a game.
Yeah, that was not a good
happening.
game. So I'm glad you were talking to me then.
Well, no, we were talking like before we got to. So we were just talking crap and just having fun. And in one of those, Tyler's like, "Yeah, I know what you're gonna say. That quarterback rehab are the Rams, yeah, whatever." And then I was like,
49ers,
why are you sound angry? He's like, I'm not gonna lie, I actually used that in a story one time. I was like, what? I was like, I hope I got the proper credit. And then he just starts laughing. He's like, I actually did not. I'm like, you are terrible. And then he just starts laughing and he goes, I was like, I'm the one that told you that. And he's like, yeah, you actually were. I was like, exactly. I was like, but I guess this is how it goes. By the way, I am not a hater. I just see the way Jim Harbaugh and Joe Ortiz have operated this year. They're not paying long contracts. They're not doing any of that. The guys that you guys are mentioning, they're owed a lot of money, and I just don't think that they would do it. They'd want a team to pay most of their salary. They do have to do stuff like that. And then again, the Chargers still play the Bengals. Why would you want to see T. Higgins? The Chargers still play the Titans. Why would you want to see Calvin Ridley, especially after what he did for a quarter against the Lions on Sunday? So I'm not being a hater. That's just the way I have noticed that they do. They're calling me a hater, Jorge, because they keep on throwing out names. Like Athir's like, oh, Jalen Waddle for a second round pick. I'm like, they're not gonna go get Jalen Waddle. Like, that's too expensive. So And if anything, if I'm trading a second rounder, I'd rather bring in Mr. Shitbird himself and go get Tyreek Hill. But I mean, that dude in this locker room, I think I don't think it would go well. But
What a hater, Fernando. I'm a
I
heel
know.
Nando.
Yeah,
How
no,
about
I
that?
guess, but that's just the way that these guys do stuff. They're doing business and kind of like they're bringing not coupons, but they're coming and they're basically
They're
saying
sticking to
we
the
want
plan,
high
long-term plan.
talent, yeah, like low risk, high reward. Like you said, when they signed Christian Fulton, you and I were going to the Canelo Munguia presser that I lost my train or I missed my train for 7 miles. It was 7 miles away, and it took us an hour and 20 minutes to get there. But you said Christian Fulton is low risk, high reward. And look, Christian Fulton's been a great cornerback for them. So that's exactly what the Chargers were looking for. But all right, I'm not a hater. But God. No, I'm not drinking the Gilberto haterade. I'm just being
Not a
honest.
hater either. Yeah, same, exactly.
Yeah, no, I mean the Rams were impressive. I mean, when I found out that Puka Nacua was playing, I was like, oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
the Rams are gonna win this game. Like that everything was pointing. Yeah, exactly, Jay Alvarez. Thank you. I I was impressed with Matthew Stafford. And I thought that the way that offense was kind of picking apart the Vikings defense, and that's a crazy part. The Vikings defense was, oh, hey, like Brian Flores is a genius. Now Brian Flores looks like a moron, especially after the last couple of weeks.
Try to tell
Which
you guys.
this guy, you said 3 games. But you're but no, stop, Jorge. Yeah, wait until tomorrow. That's going to be fun. And no, Jorge, we're not doing well. I don't know. I'm not dressing up for. Actually, I may have something interesting for
Tomorrow?
tomorrow's show. We'll
Yeah,
see.
I gotta think of something
Yeah,
too.
I have a good one. I'm dressing up as a certain individual, but it'll be funny. Gilbert, you should dress up as Satan for Halloween with a pitchfork and
What
all.
the hell?
So you can fork teams.
I don't know. Maybe some guy with a mustache. I could be like a train robber and tie up women on the train tracks. There you go.
Wow.
Yeah,
And let me guess, baby
it's a
oil is going to be
heel.
used too.
No, I didn't go. I'm not a rapper. Okay, I said a train robber.
Sure. Oh my God, Gilberto, that's actually a good one. Dress
What?
up as Patrick Mahomes.
No, no. I'll let Dan
I
and Vega
actually
do that
could
one.
see Vic as Hellboy. That actually would be a really
Hey, it's
good.
actually a good one. He has a kind of the beard. Yeah.
uh, the Rams are an impressive team that I feel like could go on a run, especially if they're healthy. I agree with you, but I think what it was a motivator for the Rams. You guys may not believe this. Sean McVay is a WWE character. And I've said this to Gilbert for years. He's a WWE character. There was a rule placed that coaches could not run into the end zone and high five and do all this crap with their team. Sean McVay used to do that all the time. He's a WWE character. Listen to what he said in his press conference. What'd he say? Like, he's not a for sale, or I would hope not, or something. It's all an act to hype up the team, to get them going, to
That's what I'm
motivate
saying.
them
I
some way.
agree. This is
At
mind
some
games.
point, players get tired of hearing a guy's voice, no matter if they're a great coach or a shitty coach or an average coach. Players get tired. Guys that have been there forever get tired of listening to a head coach, no matter if it's Bill Belichick, Sean McVay, or even Brandon Staley. Guys get tired of it. You even heard Tom Brady say, yeah, we won all these games for all these years, but sometimes I got tired of it. Yeah, no, you get that. Well, here was a way to kind of get them jump started, get them believing again. And with the way how shitty this division's been, I'm sure Sean McVay told them, hey, you guys see that? This division is up for grabs. We can go get this. The 49ers are crap. The new Call of Duty just dropped.
Oh, damn,
Kyler Murray.
really?
And then
Marvin Harrison picked it up at
well, it
least.
actually dropped on Friday. So I think
Marvin Harrison bailed them out, I feel like.
Yeah, but I think Kyler Murray actually did tweet after the game something about Call of Duty, like, and
that was their best passing performance
and
overall.
Seattle completely Fernando on Sunday. I thought they were gonna beat the Bills. I actually did think. I was like,
They're
you know
the
what?
biggest frauds of the NFC. I don't like that.
I'm so pissed at them. But yeah, going back to it, I think that was a good move. I think it's going to help them moving forward, and I'm interested to see what they're going to do moving forward. But I think that was a positive win for them.
Yeah, it's tough to even pick a team right now. Like, obviously, I want to lean on the Cardinals because I picked them to make the playoffs, but I didn't pick them to win the division, so that'd be a pretty surprise there. But it's all winnable. Even for them, if they trade for an edge rusher or maybe get like some cornerback help for Jonathan Gann, they can make some noise there. The one thing about this game, I got to see more from Kyler Murray. He tends to have one good game and then three really bad ones, and then one good game. So, Marvin Harrison Jr. stepped up after being criticized for kind of a lazy effort against the Chargers.
He put Jalen Ramsey in
Jalen
the
Ramsey.
blender.
Yeah, so he was making some great
They need to
catches.
move him to safety. Like,
It's starting to get to that point.
do to him what you did to Charles Woodson. Remember, Charles Woodson looked like he was done. They moved him to safety, and he was getting all these picks. He was making all these moves. So I think it's time for them to move him to safety, and especially they just paid him all that money, and
Yeah,
now it
Miami
looks
is weird.
now
That's what
it
I'm
looks
saying.
really
Jawan
bad.
Holland could be available if you pay all this money there. But
I would.
that was a good comeback for Marvin Harrison Jr. Maybe his dad had a talk with him, like, kid, even when the ball's not coming your way, you better still put in a good effort there. So that was good. And then obviously we talked about the Rams and the 49ers. The real issue with them for now, and nobody really talks about it, is the defense because you'll get healthy when Christian McCaffrey comes back. You might get Jawan Jennings. Ricky Pearsall did look pretty good. Deebo Samuel came back. So they're okay offensively. That defense is not good. They allowed the Cowboys to come back. So if they can make a move at that deadline, they look pretty good there to win the division. But it's they're not on a different level than these teams. It's all very close and should be a good race at the end.